Bill Hamilton, you is a dirty, dirty mother. Get over it. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Hi, I am Shar, and I'm your recap auntie. And this is the Mmhmm review. I'm going to have to do some recycling of some Mmhmms. Because I can't wear a damn new Mmhmm every day. And y'all know when y'all home, y'all be wearing the same thing. You got that one favorite one that you're going to wear all week. As soon as you get home from work, or as soon as you walk away from your computer, if you work at home like you do me, like I do, take that bra off. Then you go put on your favorite Mmhmm, or you put on your favorite robe. And that thing keeps you moist all week, maybe a month, depending on if you wash it or not. And I mean that if you wash it. Because some of us, we like to keep that, that flowy, on our body. We like to make sure it feels good on our skin because we know we don't wear nothing underneath. TMI. But anyway, hey, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for loving on me because I love y'all. And I know y'all love me. Thank you so much. Y'all know I'm a little day behind. I have to give... I got to breathe. I got one more week of rehearsals and my show opens a week from, next weekend. Thank God, because normally when the show starts, you don't have to do no more rehearsals. So when I tell you when opening night hits, Auntie going to be happy. Because I know after that day, I only have one more weekend of shows because I'm only doing 6 shows. But, it takes time to work on greatness, and we want the play to be great because this particular show is still Magnolia's, and it's an all African-American cast. And last time I've seen that was on the movie. But anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about Beyond the Gates and Bill's petty ass. This episode was pretty good. It's episode number 10. It was pretty good. It had its ebbs and flows. You had some characters, like I kind of figured that, but I wasn't too sure. I'm loving one character more and more because she's cool as F. I like her. Like, she's not as serious as I thought she would be, or not. She's not spoiled at all. I'm really liking her. So anyway, let's get. So we run into Miss Cat, honey, Miss Princess Cat. She walks in and catches Eva in her mama's office again. She's like, this is becoming a habit, bitch. You just be all through my mother's stuff. So Eva was looking at that video, remember, that Andre had recorded, and then she sent it to her mammy. So Leslie has it. So Eva told Kate, wait a second, Kate. I got to close this first. So Kate was like, wait, what you doing? What you just delete? What are you hiding? And so Eva was like, nothing. You seem upset. You seem upset, Eva says. Kat says, no, I'm not upset. I'm just astute. That's the word for the day. Astute. Let me, it's 2 words in here they threw on us today. Let me get my phone. I'll be BRB. Y'all, whenever you get up and you have a Mmhmm on, please adjust because when you sit down, you're going to have dinosaur arms because your butt is going to grab the damn Mmhmm. It's going to be all up on there. So please adjust before you come back on camera. But anyway, astute. Astute is having or showing an ability to accurately assess situations or people. So she's accurately assessing her. Looking in the corner like, bitch, I see what you're doing. So Laura usually does her work from home. That's what Kat says. I'm just checking you out. She says, why are you in my mom's office messing on her computer? So Eva says, it's called working. Kat says, I'm calling that shit messy. The Duprees have a family motto. Fool me once, it's on me. Fool me twice, it's your fucking funeral. I was like, oh. So Eva just stared at her, and it was a commercial break. So Eva says, why do I feel like I'm just wandered in one of those department stores and one of these sales clerks is watching me like I got sticky fingers, like I'm finna steal something? So Kat says, Victor Matt, okay, good pivot. It might have worked if I hadn't seen you, seen that blank screen. It might have worked. So Eva is like, I blanked the screen because you are Dr. Richards' daughter and you're not authorized to. And Kat was like, wait a minute, bitch. Exactly. If I can't see those damn files and I'm related to her, you just hung up your apron at the salon, but you have full access, B. Why? Kat takes out her phone and says, let's call my mama, because she gonna tell us why. And I know she's still here. So Eva tells Kat that she's probably not answering right now because she's finishing up her rounds with her patients in the psych unit. So if you want to go and run to your mama, go right ahead. I said, oh, she really getting... First, she was kind of, nice and be like, okay, I'm not going to fuck with you, But then she's like, if you want to go and run and tell your mammy, then go right ahead because you ain't going to catch her anyway. Ooh. So Kat says, while I'm gone, you bolt and leave? Eva says, no, since I'm not the one with the issue, I'm sure that I will stick right around, especially for a war ceremony that she has coming up. Because we know Kat says she has to leave because of some business stuff. So Kat was like, everything has been settled with. And Eva was like, except for the last minute details. She said, okay, you're right. I'm new to this, but I'm not new to scoping out a client's needs. Just give me a break, Kat, okay? I'm just trying to make the most out of this great opportunity that Nicole has given me. And I'm not... And then Kat was like, nah, bitch, I ain't buying that. And I was like, good for you, Kat. And Mom should be out of her rounds by now. We'll both be back in here and see what you really are about. And then she leaves. She was really acting a little spoiled. I didn't think that she was this spoiled. Well, Eva, she said, I didn't come looking for a job. It landed in my lap. So Kat was like, oh, so you're saying that Laura getting slammed by that biker is your lucky fucking day? So Eva was like, stop twisting everything around. I've got no beef with you, girl. But you seem to be gunning for me. But you need to ask yourself why. And Kat was like, I know exactly why. And why my mother will know too. So Kat leaves. So after their spat, after Kat has the spat with Eva, she goes and talks to her mom a little bit, and I'll talk about that conversation later. She pretty much tells Mama, do you know why you really hired that girl? That girl is trouble. I don't trust her. I just don't like her vibe. You need to maybe think about somebody else because there's something about her that I don't trust. She's like, Nicole was like, I have a good judge of character. I know what the fuck I'm doing. Get over it. You need to treat her good. She's here until Laura gets back. Bye. So this was all this stuff was in the lobby. And damn, nurse boss Shanice was back there. Girl, she listening. She probably started paying attention to Eva too. I have a feeling that she's going to be paying close attention to Eva. So after Kat has her argument with her mom, she tells Chelsea to meet her on the roof of the hospital. So she's like, girl, why? Chelsea was like, girl, why you got me, up here? She's like, well, my dad used to bring me up here to show me the world and let me know, the world is my oyster, all this, soliloquies and parables that Papa Ted would tell her his chocolate self. Okay, anyway. So when Chelsea shows up, Kat was like, oh, you look like you just got out of bed, honey. So Chelsea was like, yeah, I was just meeting up with a couple of new friends and emphasize on the couple. What's up? Been there. Anyway, Kat says Eva and Chelsea was like, seriously? You come to this place to bitch about a temp? I like that. That's what this particular episode made me really, really like Chelsea. Chelsea was cool as fuck. She was. I like her. I mean, of course, I love Dani. But I really do like Chelsea because Chelsea has that, whatever vibe she's trying to work with, I like how she's like playing it feminine, but you can see a little butch in there somewhere. Just a little bit of butch. I like that. So she tells her about how she's been snooping around her mom's office, and Kat says that she makes my baby hair stand at attention. Their little reads in this thing was so cute. The whoever did the scripting and the writing really made their conversation relevant for today's youth, and I really did like that. So Kat, okay, so Chelsea was like, well, girl, then whip out some gel and let it sit for 5 minutes, and then she'll leave. I thought that was so cute. So Kat feels that something about her is just diabolical and strategic. So Kat was like, Chelsea was like, girl, diabolical? Where's the cameras at? Because you using words like What's going on? She said, I don't know. It's just something about her. So Chelsea was like, girl, you're wasting your energy on some girl who wears combat boots to your mom's office. So that's some mean girl shit. So I like Chelsea. Chelsea was really cool in this particular, banter between her and her bestie Cat. So it's like, oh my God, girl, I love you. I love you. And that was it. So Ted, honey. Oh, and Nicole. So they're in the lobby. And he's smelling. He looked like he just smells so good when you hug him. I love a good smelling man. Ooh. So he hugs her and he's talks about, oh, this is my award winner. She's like, baby, and I haven't been given the award yet. Since the Dupree name is equal to waving around a weapon, he says, you're synonymous with grace and brains and beauty. I said, oh, I felt those and his breath right there on my ear, right, my right ear, right here, the spot. Yeah. And he said, grace. I said, say it again, Ted. Grace. Okay, let me get off the grace. So I would have been like, she's like, stop, Ted, stop. You know who we are. I'm like, girl, he know who he is, because he worked there too. He knows. Girl, I would have told him, let's go upstairs to your office and show me some more grace. And then, we see creepy ass Leslie appearing around the corner, honey, just with a blonde wig on, honey. Blonde bob. I'm saying, what's her name? Eva must have did your hair. Because them streaks was not streaking. So watching them while they were kissing. So Leslie is looking at the video that Eva has sent her. And Eva must have did, like I said, she must have did her hair. So Kat finds her mom and tells her, I already talked about that. She said, oh yeah, Mama, I have an issue with the Queen of Locks. That's what she called. And Nicole's like, Queen of Locks? She said, oh, Eva. So, they went back and forth about, Nicole's like, you really think that she's snooping around my patient's files? You think she might blackmail them? Mom, yes. I don't know what she's doing. So I'm like, Mama, she said, Kat, like, Mom, you gave her your passcode keychain to the kingdom, and I know that you didn't even trust her to do your hair. So Nicole's like, that Mona recommended her, and I trust Mona. And Kat tells her, Mom, Mona is smart. Eva is slick. So Nicole keeps asking her, do you really think that she would do that? So Nicole just brushes it off, and Kat tells her that Eva's vibe is off. I don't like it. Nicole tells her that she do not need to be friends with her. You need to show her some value and some respect. So Kat says, you mean a makeover? Because she could really use that. Ain't nothing wrong with Eva. Eva's gorgeous. The beautiful natural hair, all of that. She's gorgeous. So Nicole's like, that was not a good look. My spoiled brat daughter looking down on somebody who, based on their vibes. So Nicole tells her that you need to sit and spin, like we did when you were little, sit and spin and never revisit this again. I guess it was a little quote, a chant that she used to say. So we see Jacob too. Jacob, Jacob, why you just don't listen to your wife? You do the most. Even Pat fine ass Pappy said the same thing. Just stop it. Do your job. God almighty. So he kept we see him in the office writing the word Hamilton in big capital letters on a piece of paper, and he's left-handed. He's still worried at work about not stopping Dani at that damn wedding because he was there. He calls Naomi, and she said that he was just sitting there. She said, oh, your timing was perfect, baby. I was just sitting here staring at legal briefs, but she would rather be staring at Detective Jacobs in his briefs. Okay. He says, I love you. I love you when you think that way, woman. That's something that my baby would say. Then after a little small talk, he says to Naomi, you know that I love you right now. This is a side note. Whenever somebody, a man or a person or a woman says, I love you, right? Look out. I used to hear that phrase all the time on Jerry Springer, Maury Povich, Maury Show, all of the talk shows. Whenever somebody says, you know I love you, right? There's some bullshit coming. There's a bomb about to drop. So I'm telling you, in real life, if anybody says, you know I love you, right? That means they get ready to do something that's going to piss you off. Yeah. Take that from Auntie. That's something that I know. Not what I heard, but I know. So he tells her that there is nothing or no one above her, and he would never intentionally want to cause any harm or pain to her. So she's like, I know that, boo. He just needed you to hear that. So he loves her fiercely. I remember Dani had said that before she did that pow pow at the wedding. She told her 2 daughters that, like, my love for you is fierce. So they must be their little word, you know. So Ted goes to Nicole's office, and then he runs into Eva. We skip back to Ted. And he asks her about things, how things are going. And we talk about Eva. He goes on to tell her that she's God's sin, and that how Nicole adores her, and Nicole is a really, really good judge of character. And so Eva tells him that you don't have to be nice. He was like, I'm just telling you the truth. So he asks her what's wrong, and Eva says nothing is wrong. She tries to leave. He stops her and tells her that he thinks that he knows what's going on here. So we think that he goes like, I'm your daddy. No. She's like, we'll explain it. She's like, it's the Dupree of it all. She's like, oh, yeah, you got it. He says that it could be intimidating, but you being here, Eva, no doubt has been such a godsend. It's been a blessing. He says, I'm sure that your parents are happy and proud of you. So I'm like, proud of her for being a temp employee and doing hair? What does that mean? I mean, okay, proud moment. I love you, Ted, but that didn't make any sense. So she said, well, sort of. She said, I never knew my dad. And my mom died when I was little, so she never knew her either. So he says, oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry for the way Kat mistreated you. I think that she thought, no, he says, I'm sorry for that being mistreated. And she was like, I'm not being mistreated. I think that she thought that he was talking about her mom, the stepmother. It's like she kind of flipped a little bit. But he was like, no, he was talking about Kat. And so she's like, oh, I'm not mad at all. He says, if you ever run into that again, you have me as a resource. I'll come and help you. And so she says, do you mean that, don't you? He says, I'm a man of my word, Eva. And she was like, okay, sure. Excuse me. So she said that I don't care if Kat don't like it. I don't want this job. I need it. He's like, are you strapped for cash? And she says, isn't everybody? And there was a nurse piece over the intercom. And she says, code blue. I think that they strategically dropped those nurse intercom messages, and there's a hidden message in there. Code blue meaning like is dead or they're on their way out. So she says, the nurse says code blue. So Kat says, if Eva says, if working for Nicole is a place that I can learn and grow and have the same kind of place in this world, then I want to have the same like your daughter has. And Ted says, whatever Kat has felt for you, I think that it was off base. I feel that. So Nicole comes in and says, I agree. I believe the same thing. It can be hard on people sometimes. You just have to keep doing what you're doing and you'll be okay. She asked for some advice on how to deal with Kat. They don't even really give her none. They said, just don't give her no room. Don't give her no oxygen. So Kat works for Ted and you work for me. And that's all you need to do. So Eva leaves. So Ted tells Nicole that I feel bad for the kid. She's a good kid. And Nicole was like, what you talking about? You ain't done nothing. So I'm hoping that Ted, when he finds out that Eva is his daughter, then might not be, that he doesn't find this affinity to her. Like how Bill did with Haley. You know what I'm saying? Because remember when the show started, Dani was fussing at Nicole. You got the perfect marriage. Your man has never cheated on you. Everything is perfect. You don't have to worry about him, And I'm like, the way he really coddles and really caters to Eva's energy, I think that he has an affinity to her that could possibly turn into something more when he finds out that she's not his daughter. I just don't think that that's his daughter. I could be wrong, but I don't think that that's his daughter. That's what I feel. So anyway, let's go down. Okay. I don't want to get to that part right now. So let's get to Dani. Let's get to Dani. Dani is feeling good. She comes into the local bar with shopping bags in her hand. The bartender calls her Mrs. Hamilton. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Dupree. He apologized. He says, what do I call you? She says, thirsty, honey. So she asked him, she was like, he said, do you want the regular drink? She was like, I'm having something new right now. So surprise me. So he gives her a cute little red drink. So she gets a text from Andre talking about, I feel used. She goes back and then thinks about their hot, steamy night, and she responds to I'm talking about Jacob, to Andre's text, and says, because you were, honey, thoroughly used. I was like, okay. Then there's some song playing in the background called No Consequences, and he responds, maybe not completely thoroughly, if you get my drift. And Dani responds like, never again means never again, especially tonight. So he was like, what's going on tonight? So she says, stay tuned. So she calls Chelsea, and of course Chelsea was preoccupied, baby, with that couple. Told her, you need to come to your grandparents' house, ASAP tonight because we're having a meeting. So Dani calls her Chelsea Bear. I thought it was too cute. So she tells Chelsea that she needs to be over. She has some earth shaking to share, and that you're going to have to be there to hear this in person. She talks to Naomi and tells her the same thing. She said some things that need to be announced need to be done face to face. So then Vanessa shows up at the bar. They give each other a chica dance and a hug. They have their little nicknames for each other. And we just happen to see sexy ass Diego sitting over there across the way at another table, drinking and looking at Vanessa like he could eat her right there in front of everybody. So she sits there and does some flirts with him. And so Dani is super happy and she wants to celebrate. So Vanessa asks her, what are we celebrating? She said, just moving forward. We're just moving forward. So they talk, and she's like, girl, what's your plan? She said, my plans is to be free and to celebrate my freedom. She said, well, I hope your plans, Vanessa's like, I hope that your plans are something tall, dark, handsome, and fine. I was like, go ahead, Vanessa. Doug is trash, but go ahead. So Dani leaves. Vanessa sees Diego. She looked at him and I don't know if she left her phone or she left a bag or something. So she gets up. He said, oh, Mrs. whatever Doug's last name, Mrs. blah, blah, blah. You left something. She said, I sure as fuck did. She grabbed him and started tonguing him down again right there at the bar. Like, girl, everybody could see you. But they was like on the side near the door. Anybody could have walked in there. She went around the corner and they must have screwed in the bathroom. So that's up with them. Let's go down. Let's see. We see Vernon and Anita, but we'll talk about that last. They were so sweet. They were so sweet. Vanessa, Doug's husband, is trash. He meets up with Joey Armstrong. I like Joey because he played on General Hospital. He was Lucy Cole's husband. He was like a cop or a psychiatrist or something. He did wind up playing crazy. He was nice in the beginning, then he started being crazy at the end, and they had to put him in a crazy home. I can't remember what his name was on the show, but it's good to see that they are using some characters from former days of soap operas to be on this show. I think that's fucking great. Y'all remember me now. Okay. So Joey is very evil. He's one of those gangster, mob boss, loan shark dudes. He owns a casino there in their town. Doug has gone there and he owes a lot of money to the damn casino. Joey is like, I got you. Oh, he said, your debt is paid off. And Doug was like, really? He's like, yeah, it's paid off. Here's something else for you. He said, but remember, I don't give you anything unless you owe something. He's like, okay. He just took the money and left. So before Randy, which was Doug's friend, was talking to him earlier, because Doug had asked Randy to go talk to Joey. And Randy was like, nah, man, you can't be fucking with him because he's a different type of man. You can't be doing that. Doug does it anyway. Doug don't listen. You can tell he doesn't listen. So after Doug gets out the car, Randy gets in. And Joey was like, I told you, he is not your friend. He is not your friend. You need to make sure that you remember that. He is a mark. And I want him to be indebted to me. I want him so deep in the hole that he'll never be able to get out of that shit. And it's the truth. So I'm not going to talk about his old ass right now. Vanessa tape. Okay, let's talk about the big announcement at the house. We see Vernon and Anita, and he's on the phone talking with some people about Dani's shooting at the wedding. And he tells the person, like, look, why are you sending me the damn video? I was right there. I saw the whole thing. So the person, I guess they were claiming that they were so concerned because they went through some stuff with their child. So they wanted to show Vernon and Anita some love. So Anita tells Vernon that, look, girl, I've been getting a lot of calls from women too. A lot of the ladies is bugging the hell out of them. So they both agree that they should not have forced Dani to go to the wedding. You think so? I love y'all now. I love y'all. I really love y'all. But that was not a good idea. Y'all really thought that now after what they say 2020 hindsight? Now you think that was a bad idea? Huh? Bill said, no, Vernon said, well, Bill didn't give us a choice. They pray that Dani can move forward, okay? Remember that. So Dani shows up at the house. Naomi shows up at the house first. Anita comes in wearing this gorgeous cape with this fur trim, and I got the same cape. It's not that color, but it's black. And I was like, okay, see, Queen recognizes Queen. So she says that we are looking at Cassiopeia, which is visible tonight. Your grandpappy had me looking out there at Cassiopeia. So let me tell y'all what Cassiopeia is. Be right back. Okay, Cassiopeia is it's a constellation in the sky. It's a one of the brightest stars. Another side note of Cassiopeia, she's a goddess. Cassiopeia, a name associated with several figures in Greek mythology, is most famously known as the queen of Ethiopia. In myth, she is portrayed as a figure of exceptional beauty, but also of great vanity and pride. Y'all better teach us. Cassiopeia. I'm about to do some more digging on Cassiopeia. So they're all wondering why they're there. Either Dani has some good news or she has run out of things to break. That's what Queen Anita says. So Dani and Vanessa chit-chat about... No, okay, I already talked about it. So, yeah, she needed a break. So she comes there. Dani finally comes to the house. Everybody shows up. What's her name? Chelsea finally gets there after she leaves her cousin. So Dani comes over and announces that she's ready to bury her marriage and it's finally over. Where's the applause? Isn't that what y'all wanted me to do? Because when she finally makes the confession that she's come to the realization that her marriage is done, that's what they've been saying the whole time. Come on, baby, get over it. Girl, why don't you go ahead and get over it? Let it go. Move on. All of the 2-word statements that you could think of. She finally said, isn't that what y'all wanted to hear? It's over. My marriage is done. They was like, so it was okay when they said it, but when she actually said it and admitted it, they was like, they felt sorry for her. I'm like, 2 things can be true at the same time. So she said, no more bullet holes and no more using the golf clubs. And Anita's like, wait a minute, golf club? What is this here about a golf club? So Grandma, Mom recreated Beyonce's Lemonade video in Dad's office. She's like, oh, okay. Beyonce name came up a lot in this thing. This came up twice in this show. So she said she finally woke up because she told him she went over there to see Haley. And she said, I didn't see Bill. I just wanted to talk to Haley. She said, I finally woke up standing in front of Haley. She told Haley that she don't matter anymore, neither does Bill, and she feels free. So she goes through this whole monologue about when she was on the runway, how she fell down, and she got back up and walked that runway again. Before she did that, she was known as Vernon and Anita Dupree's daughter, Danielle. But after that fall and that moment, she was known as Dani, a one-name wonder synonymous with Naomi and Cindy until she met Bill. This line took me out. She says, until I met Bill, I took his name and lost my own. And so she said that she is back on her feet and ready to strut again. So Vernon says, I can't speak for the whole family, but I believe you. So Naomi hugs her. Dani says, Mom, is there anything that you want to say? Anita was like, you are wrong about one thing. You are always, always a Dupree. So Vernon's like, our girl has seen the light. Can I get an amen? You know, he was one of the stars of the show Amen. If you don't know the show Amen, look back on it. Look on it. It's on YouTube, I'm sure. No, light from heaven, Lord, shine on me. Yeah, he played a pastor of a church. Fine, you know, Clifton Davis is fine. He played a pastor of a church, and he had one of the deacon's daughters. Well, the deacon's only daughter had a crush on him for years, and she was real cocky over him and tried to do all these antics and tricks to try to get him to love her. And she finally did. Had a baby. They jumped the shark when she had a baby. Anyway, Clifton has been around for years, baby. Look him up. He's been married to Melba Moore. Anyway, so he says, can I get an amen? And Naomi was like, can I get an a woman? I'm like, Naomi, you kind of deep. So Mama says, Vernon, put on some music, honey. So they start to, so Dani, like, Dani struts her. She does her strut like she walking like an ostrich. So Chelsea does her strut, and Anita's like, get up. She's like, strut? Is this how the kids do it? So she was doing it. She did a little strut. I thought it was so cute. It was so funny. So Vernon tells Anita, oh, baby, you still got it. So Vernon and Anita do this two-step, and they have a moment. So that was fun. So let's go back to Nicole. Nicole is talking to Ted about that. And so Nurse, not going to talk about that. I'm not going to look at the notes. I can remember. Then Nurse boss, Shanice, walked in. Girl, Nicole, you need to go in there. There's a lady on top of the, well, let me talk about that. Like, rewind. Like I said, Leslie was there looking at them, you know, kissing earlier. So they finally left. After Eva had her conversation with them, she came to the elevator, was about to leave. So this lady walks up beside Eva. And so she's like, Mom? Of course, she had the blonde wig on. It's like, why do you have that blonde wig on? You're too pretty for that. So she was like, okay, now I might have to, like, read this part. So let me pause and be right back. Okay, so they're getting off the elevator, and Mama Leslie shows up beside her, and Eva's like, you cannot be here. Nicole and Ted are down the hall, bitch. So Leslie tells Eva that I watched that fucking video 12 times. And Eva's like, if I knew that video was going to piss you off so much, I wouldn't have sent it to you. You got to get up out of here. So Leslie goes on about how Nicole is so privileged and entitled, and you think the world revolves around you and your family. You're untouchable, huh? Look at him, looking at her like she's Beyonce. He used to look at me like that. Girl, if I was Eva, I'd be like, Mama, what's wrong with you? So Eva's like, you waited for this for years. You just can't blow this up on impulse right now, Mama. We almost there. So Leslie's like, people, you know what, one thing about this? People build gates to make themselves feel safe, but they don't know how that building them, the whole world knows that there's something precious inside. It's just an invitation to burn it all down. And I'm going to make Ted and Nicole wish they never met. I was like, what you talking about, Leslie? Do you mean never met you or never met each other? What's... Okay. So Eva gets on the elevator and leaves her mom, and Mom does this. She has a beautiful burgundy gloves. They were cute. So she does this. So Nurse, like I said, Nurse Shanice runs in there. Girl, Nicole and Ted, there's a woman on the roof about to jump, and she's asking for Nicole only. And so she goes, and Ted is like, baby, I'm gonna go with you. She's like, no, if she's asking for me, then, you know, maybe that keeps it safe. Won't need no audience. Because if there's an audience, then she might do it. So let me go on up there. I'm a psychiatrist, remember? Let me go up there and see if I can negotiate some stuff with her. So Nicole goes on the roof, and you see damn Leslie on the fucking roof, on the edge. You can, DC, just posed. She said, so Nicole comes up there on the roof. Did you ask for me? And so Leslie was like, looking around all crazy like. I was like, girl, you's a bitch. You's a bitch. Anyway, so we see next week that Ted does know her. not, well, maybe she looked different. I don't know. Maybe when they did the elevator thing earlier, he didn't recognize her. Or she said, he looked right through me, girl. Okay, so remember the Duprees are dancing at the house and having a good time because Dani says she's finally free. She's finally free from all of Bill's shenanigans. She let Haley go. I mean, she let, Haley and Bill go. She's free, okay? So in the meantime, while they're dancing, we see Bill at the club dressed in all black. I guess that's when he's doing his diabolical shit, when he's dressed in all black and sitting and, drinking his shot. Calls Haley like, baby, I'm at club, whatever. I just want to know if you want to come by and have, have something to drink. Oh, baby, I'm getting the steam. Oh, no, you don't have to worry about continue your steam. And, I just wanted to let you know, you were right, honey. It is going to be just fine. We're fine, right? I was like, what you talking about, Bill? So they dancing. So Jacob comes over there at the house. And so Naomi's like, oh, my God, baby, you're here. And there's like, he's like, he just came by. Oh, God, he just came by, because he miss his wife. We was talking dirty earlier, so he wanted to taste this, So he was like, baby, I love you. But he pushes her aside. He says, Danielle Dupree, you have the right to remain silent. Everything you say can and will be held against you in the court of law. This, you came and arrested her after she finally free? She was like, Dani, she can be extremely happy or extremely angry. There's no in between with her. And she had them eyes like she was just frozen. Like I thought I told this nigga that I was done. Well, I told Haley, maybe she should have told them both. But he was like, no, this ain't done. This girl ruined me. She embarrassed me. She might have fucked up my damn law firm business. And that was the end. So it wasn't as climactic as the wedding, but it was good though. You had crazy ass Leslie finally showing her face to Nicole. You had Jacob, stupid ass, going over there and arresting Dani. And then we found out Doug is really is he really a surgeon? Because I'm thinking, well, he is, because they did mention that he's a surgeon. Okay, so he's still a surgeon, but he uses all his money. He was talking, like Vanessa was saying that they got twins, and when the twins left home, she thought that, they was going to be, getting it in, having a good time. She told Dani at the club, she was like, I never knew that an empty nest was going to be an empty house. Like she said, we get along, we're partners, but all of the flowers, the candy, the trips, the sex is stopped. So she got to find it someplace else. So, just Dani had told her, just because you locked it down for years, don't mean that you need to be locked up. So that was a cue, like, shit, fine. She said, I thought that Bill, had his little things and stuff, so I understand doing what you need to do, And Vanessa, you ain't got to tell her twice, baby. She gonna do it with Diego. So that was the show. It was good. Like I said, we learned 2 new words. And it was good. And I'm finished. Was this week 2? Girl, we doing it. Like I said, once I finish my play, I'll have more freedom during the week and I'll be able to drop them the same day. And I'm making some changes when it comes to with stuff, personal stuff. So it's going to give me more flexibility. And I thank God for my flexible job. I have such a wonderful job, y'all. This job was meant for me. Those who know me, it ain't what you think. But thank y'all for coming by. I really appreciate your help. You're pushing my videos, liking it. Y'all are commenting. Thank y'all. Please talk. Even if you say hi, give me a heart. Give me something so that I know that you're watching, because it's good. It's good to know that you're watching. And I want to know that you're engaged, because I'm going to say something back to you now. Don't think I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going to put a heart. I'm going to say thank you, boo. Thank you, love. I'm going to say something. But yeah, I want to know that we're talking to each other and that you're actually watching the show. Because if you can't watch it at 2 o'clock or wherever your time is, watch it at night. Watch it over the weekends. But it's really a great show, I think, in my opinion. All right, bye.